Merchant Marine Academy and the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. To register, please send an email to academyday2025 at mail.house.gov. Homeowners and renters who suffered losses from the March and April severe storms are encouraged to apply for FEMA assistance even if they have received help from FEMA after past disasters. Previous FEMA aid does not affect eligibility for assistance after the March 14th and 15th storms and tornadoes or the storms, tornadoes, and flooding of April 2nd through 22nd. Survivors affected by both disasters are encouraged to file a separate FEMA application for each disaster. Survivors in Pulaski County may now apply if they had damage in March or April. Disaster assistance can include grants for temporary housing and home repairs, low-cost loans to cover uninsured property losses, and other programs to help residents and business owners recover from the impacts of the disasters. Residents with homeowners or renters insurance are encouraged to file a claim as soon as possible with their insurance carrier. By law, FEMA cannot provide funding for losses covered by your insurance. If your policy does not cover all disaster expenses, a survivor may then be eligible for federal assistance. There are several ways to apply for FEMA disaster assistance. Go to disasterassistance.gov, use the FEMA app for mobile devices, or call the FEMA helpline at 800-621-3362. The deadline to apply for FEMA assistance for the March storms is Monday, July 14th, a week from today, and the last day to apply for the April storms is Monday, July 21st. Flash flooding last weekend, not just this past weekend, but the weekend before, on Dent County Route TT caused further damage to the roadway and washed out new culverts placed recently at the low water crossing. The road was already closed for more culvert replacements and was expected to reopen last week on Thursday, July 3rd. But the additional flooding will now extend that closure until the roadway is once again safe for motorists. The Missouri Department of Transportation now expects the roadway to reopen in mid to late July. During the extended closure, motorists will need to use alternate routes. This low-water crossing has been identified by the county and the Merrimack Regional Planning Commission as a high-priority unfunded need. MoDOT has begun preliminary work to determine the best long-term plan for the area, but until funding has been identified, a schedule for the construction of any improvements is not known. For the safety of all travelers, never move or drive around barricades. MoDOT crews place them for your safety and that of motorists who may come after you. Moving barricades not only puts yourself in danger, but other drivers who may come through later and drive into floods or onto damaged roadways without warning. This can be especially dangerous at night. MoDOT asks all motorists to work with them by buckling up, putting your phones down, obeying all traffic signs, and slowing down and moving over in work zones. Motorists are advised to use extra caution through work zones, obey all traffic signs, and avoid any distractions. For traffic updates or other transportation-related matters, please call 888-ASK-MoDOT or visit their Traveler Information Map. Information is also available 24/7 via social media. Follow the MoDOT Central District on social media, including Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram. Healthy Dent County is proud to partner with MU Extension to launch 100 Miles, 100 Days, a free statewide movement initiative aimed at encouraging Missourians to stay active all summer long. The program kicked off June 16th and runs through the end of the summer. Locally, Healthy Dent County will host a community walk on Wednesday, July 16th, beginning at 11 o'clock. Join MU Extension and Healthy Dent County for lunch hour walk at the Salem Community Center at the Armory. This free one-hour event is a fun way to move and stay motivated. All ages and abilities are welcome, whether you've joined the 100 Miles, 100 Days Challenge or are just getting started. Use your lunch break to stretch your legs, connect with others, and recharge for the rest of the day. Meet fellow participants and swap tips to stay motivated all summer long. During the 100 Miles, 100 Days program, participants are encouraged to move in ways they enjoy, whether it's walking, biking, dancing, swimming, or even strength training. You set your own goal and track your activity over the 100-day period. Weekly reminders and motivational tips will be sent to help keep you inspired. This is a great opportunity to boost your health, connect with others, and maybe even spark some friendly competition. To register, visit the MU Extension website and search for 100 Miles, 100 Days, or stop by your local Extension office. For more information about the community walk, contact Healthy Dent County at 573-729-8163. The 2025 Show Me State Games will kick off with a celebration as old as the games themselves. The opening ceremony is a must-see free event that will be fun for the entire family. There will be a parade of athletes that all can participate in, guest speakers, and much more. If you're in town Friday, July 18th, you are not going to want to miss out on this event at the Mizzou Arena. Well, that has been a look at local news, and it was brought to you by SBU Salem Campus at 501 South Grand Street, where they offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, and elementary education. For more information about SBU Salem Campus, contact them at 573-729-7071.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free.
It is now time for a look at local and regional sports, being brought to you as a courtesy of your Ozark sports leader, KSMO. St. Louis Cardinals and Chicago Cubs played a 3-game series over the holiday weekend. On Friday, the Cubs scored 7 runs in the first 3 innings of the game, going on to win 11-3. In Game 2, the Cardinals' Alec Burleson, Nolan Gorman, and Yoho Pozo each hit a home run, giving the Cards an 8-6 victory. Yesterday's game was late to start after a lengthy rain delay. The Cubs scored runs in each of the first 5 innings, going on to shut out the Cards 11-0. The Cardinals will have today off. Kansas City Royals spent their 4th of July in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. Vinny Pasquantino provided the fireworks Friday, getting 3 hits, 6 RBIs, and 2 home runs as the Royals defeated the Diamondbacks 9-3. On Saturday, only a Bobby Witt Jr. RBI single kept the Royals from being shut out as they fell 7-1. Yesterday afternoon, the Royals' Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez each hit a homer as the Kansas City shut out Arizona 4-0 and took the series 2-1. The Royals will host the Pittsburgh Pirates this evening with the first pitch at 6:40. And that has been a look at local and regional sports, brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO. Stay tuned for a look at sports from the Missouri Net.
Missouri Net Sports, good afternoon. I'm Tim Fisher. We'll start with Major League Baseball and All-Star honors that were announced yesterday as Cardinals second baseman Brendan Donovan, Kansas City Royals shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. and pitcher Chris Bubich were named to their respective All-Star teams. On the field, the Royals will be back at Kauffman Stadium tonight as they open up a series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Kansas City finished off the road trip yesterday with a 4-0 shutout victory over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Michael Lorenzen picked up the victory in the start, going 7 innings, not allowing a run on just 2 hits. Skipper Matt Quattaro.
Really mixed well. We saw his velo up 5, maybe a little above 5. Really good changeups, and was ahead of everybody. So, a lot of soft contact. It couldn't have been much better.
Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez with back-to-back homers for KC. The Royals and Pirates tonight, 6:40 first pitch at the K. Noah Cameron gets the start against Andrew Haney. The St. Louis Cardinals taking today off before they're back at Busch Stadium tomorrow, opening up a series with the Washington Nationals. The Cardinals yesterday were pounded by the Chicago Cubs 11-0 in their series finale at Wrigley Field. Eric Fetty takes the loss, going just an inning and a third, giving up 3 earned runs, 4 walks, too many for skipper Ali Marmol.
When you don't miss bats, you can't afford to give free passes. And then when you get to the 9 hole and there's a free pass there as well, it's just not competitive enough of an outing at that point.
The Cardinals dropped 2 of 3 in their series with the Cubs. On to soccer from the weekend, St. Louis City SC falls to Real Salt Lake 3-2, while Sporting Kansas City picked up a 2-1 victory over the Colorado Rapids. I'm Tim Fisher, Missouri Net Sports.
Connections. That's what your Touchstone Energy Cooperative makes possible every day by providing the energy our community needs to stay connected to work, to family, to everyone and everything that matters. Day and night, we're always here. Because we know that of all the connections we make, none are more powerful than the human connection.
We are Missouri's electric cooperatives. Learn more at membersfirst.coop today.
I'm Naheem Hines, proud supporter of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. My mom has muscular dystrophy, and the MDA helps her and kids like my buddy Ethan.
My name is Ethan, and I'm 12 years old. Thanks to the Muscular Dystrophy Association and people like you, I have more hope than ever before. And MDA funds over 150 care centers for kids like me.
For over 70 years, MDA has been transforming the lives of people living with muscular dystrophy, ALS, and related neuromuscular diseases. Learn more at mda.org today.
It is now time for our news from the Missouri Net. Then stay tuned to KSMO after the top of the 1 o'clock hour. I'll be back with your latest KSMO weather forecast.
It's that time of year. The furnace is cranked, the light of the gas log is filling the room, and it's time to bake. Mango is ready to offer safety tips when it comes to dealing with gas. Use a broom to clean off your outside meter when it snows. Make sure your carbon monoxide detectors are working throughout the home. If you smell gas, act fast. Leave the building, go upwind, and from a safe location, call 911. For more tips on keeping your home safe, visit mosafegas.com. That's mosafegas.com. A message from the Missouri Association of Natural Gas Operators.
More than 200,000 children in Missouri struggle with hunger. Missouri farmers, ranchers, and others in the agricultural community launched Drive to Feed Kids to ensure Missouri kids have the food they need to thrive. Since 2017, the Missouri Farmers Care Drive to Feed Kids has provided more than 12,300 meals. Visit mofarmerscare.com/drive to learn more and join the effort.
Missouri Net News, I'm Cameron Connor. Astronomers will be watching for 3 bright stars this month. Paul Temple is the director of Central Methodist University's Morrison Observatory in Fayette. He says the brightest stars make up the summer triangle. They are Altair, Denab, and Vega.
It will be on the eastern horizon. By the end of June, it'll climb up pretty high in the sky after dark.
Temple also recommends amateur astronomers check out new pictures taken by the Vera Rubin telescope in South America. He says it's captured images of new galaxies and asteroids. In other news, the Hunt family, owner of the Kansas City Chiefs, are mourning a family member who tragically passed away in the Central Texas floods this weekend. KMBC in Kansas City reports that Tavia Hunt, married to Kansas City Chiefs CEO Clark Hunt, posted on Instagram that a cousin of the family died. Flash flooding in Central Texas has killed at least 70 this past weekend. This is Missouri Net News.
You're out for a stroll with the family when you suddenly smell